Hello friends, welcome to a short tutorial on Pulse Field Expert. This tutorial is about grouping a scalar quantity like age. Suppose you have a dataset where you asked about the respondent's age. Everyone answered in a numeric value. Let's scroll the table once. The table has many thousands of age values, actually over 34,000 values. We need to summarize them somehow. Now, in order to understand any trend within age, you will probably need to group the age into age brackets, like a 20 to 29-year age bracket, or 30 to 39-year age bracket, so on and so forth. The question is how to achieve this. In the data, we have one column, which is the age, the other is just an index. The only way to summarize data is by creating a pivot table. Let's create a pivot table from these two columns of data. We will insert a pivot table and then select from table or range. Our data is in a table named age. The pivot table wizard identifies the table and it prompts for the selection of a new sheet or the same sheet for the pivot table. I will use the existing sheet and the cell H1, then click OK. We now have the pivot table panel open. I will drag age to the axis box and index to the value box. I wrongly dragged the age to the value box. Let me remove this. I will now drag the index to the value box. I will change the summarization method for the value field index to count. This will give me the count of people per age group. But here we have every unique value of the age. That's what the pivot table should do. We need to group them into age brackets. Fortunately, Excel has a grouping system for exactly that. Let me try doing that. I will right-click on the age column of the pivot table and select the group. But as I do that, I get an error. No matter what we do, this error will continue to bother us. But this is happening for a reason. Let me remove the pivot table we just created and try doing it again. All right, back to Insert Pivot Table. Here we have the pivot table prompt for pivot placement. I will select the same H1 cell in the existing sheet, but this time I will uncheck the Add this data to the data model in the pivot table dialog box. This option basically invokes the newer Power Pivot function in Excel. However, in the Power Pivot tables, the grouping feature is not available. Therefore, as of now, if you need to create a grouping of any scalar, you must at all costs not use the Power Pivot. Let's click the OK button and start building the pivot chart, just like the way we did before. Drag age to the axis and index to values. Change the summarization method to count and click OK. Now right-click on the age column and invoke the grouping function, and this time no error. It works. Here we see that our data has age from 17 to 87. We want groups like 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, etc. To achieve this, I will edit the starting age as 10 and the ending age as 90. Then we have another field named by. As our groups are of 10 years, we will keep this as 10. Click OK and done. The age is now neatly grouped as we have wanted. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to the Pulse Field Expert channel and click the bell icon for notifications. Hope to see you in another such training video soon.